So what I'm thinking is I'm going to write down the rest of the miles, the 130. And if over half of those 130 are going to be road miles, I'm going to quit. Yeah. Good morning. My tent did not collapse on me last night. This is where I slept right there. It's gonna be a good morning. It's not raining. I have 12 miles on the beach before I start my road walk into North Bend. This is what I slept next to last night. Got to hear the ocean. My dad would be jealous. Okay, I know I said I was done with the rocks, but I'm really excited about what I'm about to show you. Uh-oh, you're coming home with me. Look how cool this is. This is 10 Mile Creek. It's the mouth of it. I'm gonna have to cross. I'm gonna look for the safest spot. Definitely gonna take my shoes and socks off. Tide right now is about 4.6 feet, a little bit over 4 feet. Okay, so for this crossing, I started back over here and it came up high thigh. I took off my socks, shoes, pants, and underwear, and I was glad with that decision. I kept my top and my pack on. Didn't want to walk around with wet feet or wet drawers. That paired with it's 54 degrees with cold wind blowing, not a good combo. First, peekaboo this guy, and then the boat out there. This is the first dead fish that I saw on the beach. This is where your fireworks go. Not sure what we got going on over here. Look how big this shell is. Oh man. It is 11 o'clock. I made it to the end of my 12-mile beach walk. I'm at Horsefall Beach. I'm gonna take a break up here. There's restrooms and water. And I have about 6 miles of road walk into North Bend, Oregon. Future Audrey here, popping in to say my original plan for this day was to do an 18, 12 beach miles and then 6 on the road to North Bend. And I had requested to stay in an Airbnb. It was like a RV camper. When I got to the little picnic area, I called the Airbnb host to see if it was confirmed. It was not, which meant my 18-mile day was no longer an 18-mile day. I was going to have to continue on 7 more miles to make a 25-mile day. Things go downhill fast. The beach access sign is there, but looks like I'm gonna climb over this dune. I have 3 large bridges to cross to get to North Bend. I'm getting ready to come up to my first one. Okay, this is my first bridge. Back there is my second bridge. And this big old thing is my third bridge. And bridges mean hats off. So windy. Second bridge. Alright, let's get across this bridge. Welcome to North Bend. I'm at Simpson Park, just off the trail, laying down relaxing. I have 7.2 more miles to get to where I'm staying tonight, but I don't want to do any of them. Walking on the red line in the town of North Bend. 340 years old, 210 feet tall. Oh, would you look at that? My feet brought me to a Taco Bell. We have a stacker, 3 cheese chicken flatbread melt, creamy jalapeno sauce, nacho cheese sauce, and gotta stock up on sauce. I just got off the phone with Joe, and he said, "So have you had a good day so far?" And I said, it hasn't rained. I'm sad that that's the only good part. Let's just keep in mind that I was supposed to be done at 18 miles and anything past it just has me feeling a certain way, so ignore the tantrum. I told him I feel like I haven't enjoyed myself since probably like day 5. So I'm like, I don't know why I'm out here. Stubborn or hard-headed, or I don't feel like I have something to prove. But at the same time, I feel like since I announced it through Hike, like I should follow through with it. I don't know. Ready to be done though. Joe also asked me, he said, "Do you feel like you're hiking?" No. I feel like I'm walking the highways and streets of Oregon. This is my trail. I'm mad at myself for not ending this hike sooner, or going back on calling it a through hike and bus blazing or hitchhiking on the road walks because I am burnt out. I'm done. I want to go home. It's not been fun. Again, she was just having a day. She was having a moment. She was 7 extra miles into her day that she wasn't accounting for. Alright, it's gonna take me through a park. That's where I'm going. Burnt out, you guys. I'm done with highway walks. I'm done with the road walks. I'm done with gravel walks. I'm done with dirt road walks. It's not fun. The quote that I'm about to share, I said came from Bonnie Henderson's book about the OCT, but I just Googled that quote and it was on the Far Out website. So it's possible that it was also in her book, but I don't want to misquote that she said that, or maybe I saw it on a YouTube video that she did, but I did find this quote on Far Out. So I apologize if I put words in Bonnie's mouth. There's a quote from Bonnie Henderson's book where basically she's trying to get people to get off the Oregon Coast Trails back because of the road walks, and she's like, really, it's only 1/8 of the trail is road walks. So it turns out the quote is that 1/8 of the trail is Highway 101 road walking. So that's just the chunk that's along 101. There are other road walks and pavement walks, gravel road walks, aside from that 1/8 of the trail, which accounts for about 50 miles. So I just did the math on that. 1/8 is about 50 miles of trail. I guarantee you I've done 50 miles of road walk, highway walk, gravel road walk, dirt road walk in the past 3 days. I feel as if I've done probably 100 miles of pavement walk, and I'm not kidding. So going back to that quote, when she had said that in her book that really the trail is only 1/8 road walks, I was like, okay, I can handle 50 miles over a 400-mile trail. No, it's more than that. I don't know if she's just saying 1/8 of it is maybe Highway 101, but there's other roads, there's other pavement. I don't know. Am I missing something? I know, I sound like a whiny baby. I chose this trail, I could leave this trail. Stop complaining. I know you all are thinking it. I am too, watching it back. But that's how I was feeling in the moment. And that's one of the hard parts about through hiking, is knowing your limits, knowing when to stop, when to push. It's a mental game. 3 more miles on this, and I can call it quits. When I tell you that every bone in my being wants to quit right now, I'm going to make my decision tonight. I will be at mile marker 283, and the trail is 413 miles. So I'll have 130 miles left. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to write down the rest of the miles, the 130. And if over half of those 130 are going to be road miles, I'm going to quit. Yeah. My feet hurt so bad. This is mile marker 283.1. This is my room. Love the little kitchenette. Clean white bathroom. I'm so tired, my feet hurt. Here's a little resupply from Dollar General and Safeway. I got this and meant to get conditioner for my hair. Did not. My selfie stick tripod broke. That's for that. Yep. I'm in my room. I just wrote down the miles that I have left. There's 130 miles left, and I went through and I labeled whether it was a road walk or trail or beach. And of those 130 miles, for sure 56 of them are on roads, with potential to be more if I miss low tide. Like you would have to do a road walk alternate. So of 130 miles, 56 of it will be road walking. I'm definitely kicking myself for thinking that this had to be a continuous footpath and doing the road walks and not taking the bus or skipping the sections where I had to do road walks. I'm frustrated with myself for that, but I know where my headspace was at that time. That being said, now I'm trying to decide going forward for these road walks how to skip them, if I skip them, if it's something I can take a bus, do I hitch? Is that something I even want to mess with? So a lot to think about this evening. Would I like to see the rest of this trail? Yes. Do I regret doing the road walks? Yes. Do I wish I would have skipped them? Also yes.